Hello, it's Terry, Rustic Barn Cards. Welcome. Happy New Year. This is the first time that I've been with you in 2021. And maybe you're like me. My paper pumpkin for December arrived right before Christmas, and I didn't have a chance to really look at it until recently. So today I'm going to share 3 cards and show you how to make them from the kit, and then some other alternative cards that I've made using the Beary Comforting December paper pumpkin kit. And I love this kit, and I hope that you are enjoying it too. And January 5th, our new mini January through June 2021 catalog and celebration goes live. And if you do not have a catalog, contact me, reach out to me, and I would love to send you a catalog. And I am going to be offering a January kit class. I'm calling it Tea and Kit, and it's all inclusive, and I can't show you the kit we're going to choose because I'm not able to open the but I'm not able to open the catalog until January 5th. But you can go to my blog, rusticbarncards.com, and at the top it has classes. Click on that and you'll get some more information. So you can sign up January 5th through the 11th, and it's going to be fun using an all-inclusive kit class, and I'll give you more information this week about it. So let's turn the camera down and let's start stamping. What I love when the paper pumpkin kit arrives, it's always wrapped up like a present, and it's so exciting to open it and to see what we have. You know, we always get the hints, so we know a little bit what will be in here, but we're not totally for sure. And our ink spot is Rich Razzleberry. And then we have our stamps, this cute little bear, and some leaves, some flowers. You Are on My Mind, and that's going to be a sentiment that for myself I know I'll be using over and over. Hooray and Get Well Soon. So another sentiment that I'll be using. So a lot of neat sentiments in this kit. So I'm going to open this and let's see what's inside. So we have a direction sheet. It tells you everything that's in your kit, and the coordinating colors are Basic Gray, Calypso Coral, Cinnamon Cider, Daffodil Delight, Rich Razzleberry, Soft Sea Foam, and White. And there's even some examples that you can do more with this month's kit, and also some information where you can find some more information about paper pumpkin. And inside, of course, we have our directions and even a ruler at the bottom. So we have enough materials in our kit to make 12 cards. 4 of 3 different designs. Wow, that is awesome. So here are the card bases. We have some gold foil labels. Look at these animal die cuts. The koalas. Trying to think. It must be a raccoon because it has a raccoon tail, right? And a bear. So these animals are so cute. And then we have some more die cuts. We have beautiful envelopes. And dimensionals. And of course, those are consumable, but the non-consumable is the Stamp and Spot and the stamp set that you can use over and over. Okay, let's make some cards. For our first card, we'll need the koala, the little circle die cut, the cupcake, gold foil label rather, and hooray, my Stampin' Up! Blocks are on the way. I spend winters elsewhere, so I'm not at home right now, so I do not have my Stampin' Up! Blocks yet, but they are coming. And, of course, a rich raspberry. So we're going to fold our card base. And we want to lay it this way. And then we're going to bring in our adhesive. And you could punch this up with, you could pop it up rather, with dimensionals. But I'm going to pop up the koala bears, but not this. So I'm going to lay it about right here. And then I'm going to pop up our little koala bears with dimensionals. And bring our card. And notice that on the koala bear, there's a little cutout, so we can push that forward so we can that he can be holding the cupcake. There we go. So I'm going to raise it up a little bit. And put that about right here. And I'm going to go ahead and stamp next. So bring in our ink. Sometimes it's kind of hard to get the seal off of these little ink spots. Maybe I can do it this way. Okay. Hooray. Ink spot aside. And I'm going to turn this over and add some dimensionals. So I've added dimensionals on our hooray and also the cupcake. So I'm going to bring our card back in. And I want to situate this so it goes so it looks like the koala bears each have a hold of the cupcake. So you want to make sure you get the little paws up. Isn't that cute? I love it. So here's our first card. Awesome. So for our next card, you'll need this card base. Go ahead and fold it in half. And you need the bear. And the bear has one paw that you can push through because he's going to be holding a bouquet of flowers. And you'll need the gold foil circle label. And you are on my mind. So let's go ahead and ink that up, that stamp. I'm going to go ahead and do it this way. When I have an ink spot, for me it's a little easier. Make sure it's all covered. Okay, so now we're going to go straight down. And straight up. You are on my mind. Lay that aside. And I need one more item. We need a die cut in the rich raspberry. And it's right here, so we'll punch that out. And we'll go ahead and turn this over and add some adhesive on the back. And again, you could go ahead and use dimensionals if you wanted to, but I'm not going to on this layer, which Razzleberry is so pretty. And then I am going to go ahead and add dimensionals to our bear. I've added 5 dimensionals, 3 and then 2. And we'll turn him over and add, and we'll get him right between those gold foil leaves. And bring in the flowers. And we'll want those. You need to take your pick tool, which I have, but just hasn't arrived yet. So I've mailed myself some items that I'm going to need to use. And this will go right here. And I am going to add a dimensional right under to pop up the bouquet of flowers. Take off that backing. I'm going to kind of put those up so it looks like maybe he's smelling the fragrance of the bouquet. And you could just put adhesive and not pop that up too. Okay, now let's bring in You Are On My Mind. And we're going to place that right here. So I'm going to put a dimensional underneath the mind and then just put adhesive here because this is already popped up. So we'll just add some adhesive. And then we'll place that right here. And our second card is completed. Now, how easy was that? On this beautiful envelope to go in. And you're ready to send it to someone. For the third card, because we're following the directions, first from the instructions. So we're going to need this die cut. We're going to take out the heart. Lay that aside. We have a raccoon, our gold foil label, and our beautiful base card in rich Razzleberry. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and put some dimensionals. I always like to add a dimensional in the middle so it doesn't go flat there in the middle. All right, so we're going to add this in the middle of our card. And then we'll go ahead and pop up our raccoon and our heart, and then we'll do the stamping. And I just put 1 dimensional on the heart. You could do 2. I put 3 on the raccoon. And again, it's just your preference. So let's bring our card in and let's go ahead and add our little raccoon. Put him over right here. And then we want the heart like he's holding the heart. And now let's go ahead and stamp our sentiment, which is get well soon. And I'll do it this way this time. Tap, tap, tap. Make sure I'm in your sight so you can see. And I don't. Sorry if it's shaking. And then we'll put it straight down and press. and straight up. Good. And now we'll go ahead and add some dimensionals on the back of this. And we'll bring in our card. And we'll put this kind of at the bottom. And there we go. And let me bring in our 3 cards. Are these cards adorable or what? I love this December Paper Pumpkin kit. Let me show you some alternative cards I made with the Beary Comforting Paper Pumpkin kit. So the first card is You're on My Mind, and I used the Whisper White cardstock, Highland Heather, and I used DSP from Playing with Patterns 6x6 in the annual catalog, and I'll have more information in the description below. And then I used a little dot from Playing with Patterns, which is also in the annual catalog. So then I stamped the bear image from our stamp set, and I used blends, and then I used Bumble Bee Ribbon and made a little bow, and then I stamped You're on My Mind, and I used the Timeless Label Punch to punch out the cardstock. I love punches because they're quick and easy, and I like quick and easy cards. But I also like them. I like them to look nice, and simple cards can look excellent. So this is my first alternative. Let me bring in the second one. So the second one I haven't put together yet, so I thought I'd put it together with you. So I have my Whisper White cardstock, and what I did, I took the card base. So I took this card base, and then I just cut the card base in half that came with the kit. And then I went ahead and recut this at 5 1/4 by 4. So it'll be our layer. So I'm going to go ahead and add that. Just a minute. I think I need one more step. I'm not ready to add the layer, so I'm going to lay the cardstock aside because I want to bring in this piece of Whisper White cardstock that is cut at 3 1/4 by 3 1/4 square. And then I took some Whisper White and brought in the flower image. So let me quickly show you. So I just inked up the flower, and then I'm just going to stamp in the middle. This won't show, but and then I stamped, but I didn't. Let's turn that over and try that again. Okay. And then I went ahead and just stamped randomly on the cardstock to get this. And now I'm ready to adhere this to our layer. And I'll put that right in the middle. And then I have cut 2 pieces of ribbon. And it is the gold metallic edge ribbon. They also have it in silver, and it is in the annual catalog. So I'm going to place one at the top, and then one here at the bottom. So now I'm going to turn this over, and I'm going to go ahead and adhere this. I probably could have cut that a little bit shorter. I like to do one, and then I like to turn it back over and check to make sure that I have it where I want it in the right place. And we can put a little glue dot right here because I did maybe tighten that a little bit too much. So yes, we'll do that. Let me go ahead and add the ribbon up here. All right, and then we will do the same over here. So I'm going to add a glue dot. I already put one up there. Perfect. Okay, now we're going to bring in our cute little bear, and we're going to pop him up right here, and he's holding flowers, which we made the decorations with the flowers. And then I think the gold and the trim of the ribbon kind of matches the gold inside the flowers. So I added some dimensionals. I'm going to put him right in the middle. Then I'm going to get a dimensional to add here under the flowers. I don't know if you can hear any noise in the background, but my dog, Darby, is sound asleep, and he was snoring a few minutes ago, so I hope they didn't get caught up on the video, but you never know. Okay, now we're ready, and I could have added this layer before I added my bear, but now we need to add this layer to our card base. So I'll bring our card base back in. But if you're doing this, I would probably add the ribbon and then add this layer to your card base and then add the bear. I just find for me, and do whatever works for you, that it's easier for me to line it up to open up my card base. And I like the liquid glue because I have a little bit of wiggle room where I can move it around. And then we have You Are On My Mind, which is a sentiment course from this stamp set. And we're going to go ahead and just going to add 2 dimensionals to pop that up. And we will put that right down here at the bottom of our card. And here's our second alternative, You Are On My Mind. And you could add some embellishments if you wanted to. You could even take this ribbon and we could put it through here. Let's just go ahead and do that and see how it looks. And we could tie we could just do it this way, or we could just go ahead and tie a little bow. And we could add a little bow if you like. So a couple of different ways you could do that. Okay, let's look at the next alternative card. So here's my next card, Get Well Soon. And I just stamped right on the card base. So Whisper White, and I used the leaves from our kit and Old Olive, and I stamped it first. And then I used 1 1/4 inch DSP from the Forever Greenery Designer Series paper in the annual catalog, because I thought with the leaves it kind of coordinated with that. And then I punched out a 2-inch DSP, and then I added another circle using vellum. And actually, I was going to use the punch, but I ended up using dies. But if you have punches, you could use a punch. But I went ahead and used a layering circle die because I didn't have a larger punch for the vellum. So I used the largest one and next to the largest of the circle without the scallops on it for this. Now remember, when you are using vellum, when you go ahead and run it through your cut and emboss machine or whatever die cutting machine you have, you will want to put a piece of cardstock over that when you run it through. It just makes it better, so you don't have any, so it keeps your vellum in good shape. And then I put the little heart and the little koala bears. And the way I attach the vellum, I took the koala bears. Let me show you. So what I did, I took the vellum and I took my koalas and I laid them where I wanted the koalas. And then I just turned this over. So then I was able to add adhesive right here, right? So I knew it wouldn't show. And then I could move those, turn it over, and then I placed it on top of the DSP and pressed it down. And then I was ready to add the koalas and the little heart. I used the little heart. I love how the little hands can hold things. So you could even make a little gift card and put some money in here for them holding the hands or whatever. But I decided to go with a get well soon, because I need a get well card. So I thought this would be great. And I did go ahead and stamp get well soon, of course, with a rich razzleberry. And then I used the stitched So Sweetly dies. And I used these two dies. And I used the gold foil paper that we have in our annual catalog. And so this is the third alternative card. So if you like any of these cards, let me know. These are the alternative cards that I'm sharing with you. You are on my mind. Another one, you are on my mind. And get well soon. This is really a fun kit this month. So I hope you're enjoying yours. If you place an order with me, don't forget to use the host code. If your order is under $150. Have a wonderful week. Thank you for watching.